as Mark said, the government's going to continue to subsidise and pour money into housing because it's one of the biggest tax spinners, stamp duty, all the different levels of red tape that get paid along the way. You go, right, cool. Where's the opportunity? What's adjacent to that shit show? Well, it's affordable housing. And so what are those adjacent industries alongside that opportunity? You talk about aging population and retirees. Well, great. What have they all got? A lot of them have got small businesses. Where's the upside in this retiring population that they've got these businesses that no one particularly wants because it's not AI centric, that still support the 95% of the economy right now or the population. So what's adjacent here that I can look at that I can seize an opportunity from the shit show?
A good example, James. A good example of that is the Ventor guys that we had on, who are fractionalizing ownership of property. Like it's for young people, and they're doing it in a sexy way, and they're seeing the problem and solving a problem, and they've got tens of millions of dollars of property now.
That's one way to do it. But when you look at to Eric's point, I think I looked at some stats the other day from April 1 to April 24 to 25. It's 700,000 immigrants land on our shores and built 180,000 houses, and the goal is 240. You've never built 240,000 houses in the country ever, and that's pre-COVID. The max ever hit was 200, and that was without the red tape, the construction, the labour shortage, and everything with it. So where would the crosshairs get moved to? I go and buy or work out how to joint venture with people and go and develop affordable housing. You're never going to not be able to sell it. You're never going to not be able to rent it. Where's the opportunity? Is go look for that sector.
If you want to get into business, right? I was writing this down prior, and I'll let you go next, Mark, and then we'll probably end the pod. I'd say, is if you're young, right, and you've got the energy, and you're savvy, you have a business mind, I think when you look at the amount of houses that are required, and you start looking at investors, right, that there's going to be more investors than owner occupiers, in my opinion. It'll be like there's an article that came out. We're turning into New York and London and Europe, where most people rent. Well, guess what? When people rent, you've got a property management business, right? That all of a sudden you get an email, or on your property management lease. Usually it's like, if it's anything under $500, I don't want a phone call. What happens? You've got plumbing issues. You got electrical issues, invoices get sent, purchase orders get sent out. What I would be doing is, because I have friends in the trades that are old school, right? They're in their late 40s, they're in their 50s, and they're doing stuff like they've done it, 30 years ago, is start partnering with people like that. Partner with the electricians, partner with the maintenance plumbers, partner with the AC guys that are doing things old school style that you can come in and revamp. Like, you don't even need to start the business. Come in and add value in JV on something like that, right? Another thing, right? A couple other things if you're looking at getting into business, right? Because I want to add some value here for people, is think about what's selling in other countries that could be selling here, right? Like a friend of mine right now is selling Dubai chocolate, making Dubai chocolate in Australia, right? Because it's a fad, it's a trend. How long is it going to last? But she's making money doing it, right? Because of the fad from Dubai. I have another friend that's selling stuff, Australian product in Japan. They absolutely love it, right? Like I'm talking to friends that live in Dubai. People in Dubai, as in like local Emiratis, love Australia. What products can you bring from Australia and sell to Dubai, and vice versa? Sometimes you just got to think.
they're paying people in Japan to marry Japanese women right now. I reckon you could export a few Aussie blokes that go over and get a beautiful Japanese wife. There you go. There's got to be a market for that, right? Like
there would be a market.
That,
right.
getting Aussie blokes matched with Japanese women.
But I know Kevin Rudd's daughter back in the day. Don't know if she still does. She had this it was on Tmall. You remember baby formula and Lucas Papa, the red Papa, that lip balm stuff, making squillions. Like, sometimes you just got to think a little bit differently than just going, you know what, I'm going to sell yoga mats on Amazon. I want to sell water bottles. I want to sell, just think. And like James said, like James and Mark, these guys are experts at using Grok and ChatGPT and all that. Once you start thinking a little bit outside the box and you throw some of these ideas in, that's where the work is. If you want to get into business, guys, these are the thought experiments. And I hope a couple of those will help. So
Eric, you made me think of something that I haven't done for 24 months. I think the last time I did it was right before we started this podcast. but getting a pen and paper, writing down all the areas of my life, health, family, friends, business, trading, investments, career. And instead of writing down the things that I want, writing a list of the things that I need to subtract straight away. That was one of the best exercises that I ever did. And you just reminded me of it and made me realize I need to do it again, because I think I've built a bunch of superfluous stuff that I don't need that's holding me down. And so one of my next things, hopefully, before we meet, is to create that list of things that I need to get rid of, just to give me a little bit more breathing room, a little bit more space to move forward.
It makes sense now that you're not calling me anymore. Very clear, Matt. I get that.
It's a good. That's one of the best things about moving overseas. Is I got a mate who's doing it at the moment, who we all know from Melbourne, and he's finally decided to pull the pin and move overseas for a couple of years. And he said, Adam, I am feeling so light. I'm in the final phase. I've restructured all my businesses. I've had the discussions. I'm selling this and selling that, and I'm just getting rid of all the shit. He goes, oh my God, I didn't realize how much shit I'd accumulated and how much space I've now created in my life. That feeling. And then when you move, you become super protective. Like yesterday, it was funny. I took a friend here in Limassol out, and I turned up to pick her up, and we went up to this little village, and I was using this ride sharing company, and I was like, I love not having a car now, right? So I turn up, I go to this ride share where you get the app and it shows you all the cars around. And I booked this car, and it's a pink Micra. Like it's this tiny little and I rock up to pick her up. She gets it. She goes, oh, nice car. And I'm like, I'm driving around in this $5,000 Japanese import in Cyprus. And I loved it because I just dropped it off and hit the end of the hire. It was like €50 for the day or something. But anyway, it's so nice to lighten up, and sometimes you get a sense of humor.
I missed who you were picking up. Who are you picking up?
Yeah, that's the more important part. You get the pink Micra. Did you say pink Micra or Micra?
No, who are you picking up in a pink Micra?
Just a friend. And so we spent the day, we went on the upper village and everything. But it shows a man with confidence when you can pick up a girl in a pink Micra.
That's all right, mate. It's all right, mate. You can stand on your wallet, mate. It's fine.
You can stand on the liquid cash.
Oh, mate, how not to impress somebody. Turn up in a bright pink, shitty Micro rental, but it was perfect.